Hello, my name is Jonathan Herbach, and I'm a legal officer at the International Atomic Energy Agency. It is a pleasure to be taking part in this event to talk about a key legal instrument in the area of nuclear security that helps to ensure the benefits of nuclear science and technology. I would like to thank Parliamentarians for Global Action, as well as the Government of Canada, for inviting the International Atomic Energy Agency to participate in this session. Each and every day, we see the benefits of the peaceful applications of nuclear science and technology. How nuclear techniques are used to detect and combat the spread of disease that affect humans and animals. How nuclear medicine helps fight cancer, with nuclear imaging helping find tumors and measure the spread of cancer in the body, and radiotherapy being an essential tool in cancer treatment. How nuclear science supports water resource management, as well as the protection of coastal and marine environments. As we continue to harness the peaceful uses of nuclear technology for the benefit of humankind, we must at the same time make sure that we recognize and address the threats posed by the potential misuse of nuclear material and strengthen our ability to stop those that would seek to use these types of materials to cause harm. The Convention on the Physical Protection of Nuclear Material, the CPPNM, and its 2005 amendment are important to this goal. The CPPNM, as strengthened by its 2005 amendment, adopted under IAEA auspices, is one of the main tools that we have to protect nuclear material and facilities from malicious acts. But that tool will not be as strong as it can be until all countries have signed on to the CPPNM as amended and are fully implementing it. I would note that Trinidad and Tobago is party to the original CPPNM, which entered into force in 1987. The CPPNM requires physical protection of nuclear material used for peaceful purposes during international transport. As it concerns dealing with the threat of malicious acts perpetrated by non-state actors, the CPPNM also sets out a number of offenses involving nuclear material that parties must criminalize in their national jurisdictions. And it provides a basis for international cooperation and assistance for recovery and protection of material following the commission of a crime, with regards to criminal proceedings, as well as in connection with designing physical protection systems. The CPPNM was a good start. However, in the following years, it became evident that more needed to be done. We were confronted by devastating acts of international terrorism. In particular, following the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001 in the United States, it wasn't hard to imagine the death, destruction, and panic that could be caused by an act of terrorism or other criminal act involving nuclear materials. The threats of nuclear terrorism or other malicious acts and the potential grave consequences could certainly not be contained within national borders. It is an issue that requires international, regional, and national action. The development of an amendment to strengthen the CPPNM was part of a push to strengthen the international legal framework aimed at preventing nuclear and other WMD terrorism. In 2004, the United Nations Security Council unanimously adopted Resolution 1540, requiring all UN member states to take measures to prevent malicious non-state actors from developing, obtaining, and using nuclear weapons and other WMD. In 2005, the Convention for the Suppression of Acts of Nuclear Terrorism was negotiated and adopted in the United Nations. And at the IAEA in 2005, we convened a diplomatic conference to consider and adopt proposed amendments to strengthen the CPPNM. The amendment that was adopted significantly strengthens the original CPPNM in a number of important ways. Instead of only requiring physical protection measures for nuclear material in international transport, the amendment extends the scope of the original treaty, setting out obligations for parties to ensure physical protection of all nuclear material, as well as nuclear facilities used for peaceful purposes under their jurisdiction. The amendment also adds to the list of criminal offenses by covering nuclear material smuggling and sabotage of nuclear material and facilities. In fact, it is the first instrument to establish nuclear smuggling as a standalone offense. This is an important aspect, especially in the Caribbean region that is affected by smuggling of different types of illicit goods. And the amendment provides for enhanced international cooperation, including assistance and information sharing in the event of sabotage. To this day, the CPPNM and its amendment remain the only internationally legally binding undertakings in the area of physical protection of nuclear material and nuclear facilities used for peaceful purposes. As such, the CPPNM and its amendments are a crucial part of the broader international framework to ensure that everyone can benefit from the safe, secure, and peaceful uses of nuclear technology. At this point, there are 164 parties to the CPPNM, of which 132 have also joined the amendment. As I mentioned, Trinidad and Tobago are party to the original CPPNM, but you have not yet joined the amendment. Those numbers are good, but they're not enough. Answering the call of our member states, the IAEA continues to encourage universal adherence to the CPPNM and its amendments. As our Director General, Rafael Mariano Grossi, has said, universal adherence to the CPPNM as amended is key to international efforts to prevent acts of nuclear terrorism, and it must be a priority. This is because the CPPNM, as strengthened by its amendment, is beneficial for all countries, not just those with nuclear materials and facilities. I can list a wide range of benefits in becoming party to the amendment to the CPPNM. To just name a few, the amendment provides a strengthened international framework for combating nuclear terrorism and other criminal acts, and thereby enhances the national security of each state. It facilitates international and regional cooperation in this area. It serves as a basis for ensuring that those involved in terrorist and other criminal acts involving nuclear material are brought to justice and are denied safe haven. It harmonizes national approaches to preventing and responding to criminal and other unauthorized acts involving nuclear material and facilities. And adherence to and full implementation of the CPPNM as amended contribute to the fulfillment of a state's obligations under Security Council Resolution 1540. And an overarching point is that security of one is the same as security for all, because, for instance, theft and smuggling of nuclear material in one country could lead to consequences in other countries. And this is true whether or not a state has nuclear material or nuclear facilities itself. What it does may affect the security of its neighbors, and what its neighbors do may affect the security of that state. Becoming party to the amendment, therefore, not only enhances your state's security, but it also demonstrates your state's commitment to strengthening security regionally and globally. So how do we get there? How do we realize the goal of universal adherence to and full implementation of the CPPNM and its amendments? The IAEA provides both legal and technical assistance to help states in becoming party to and implementing the CPPNM and its amendment. Through our Legislative Assistance Program, we offer member states bilateral assistance. We review and provide input on draft national legislation. We provide national, regional, and international training, including our annual Nuclear Law Institute. And we conduct missions to raise awareness among senior officials and decision makers. We support states in joining the relevant legal instruments and implementing obligations in their national law. The agency's legislative assistance activities, in fact, promote a comprehensive approach covering all aspects of nuclear law, including nuclear security, as well as safety, safeguards, and civil liability for nuclear damage. These are all part of developing and maintaining an adequate national legal framework to ensure the safe, secure, and peaceful uses of nuclear technology. Trinidad and Tobago has received IAEA legislative assistance in the past, and we stand ready to provide further support upon request. The IAEA further works with states to develop integrated nuclear security support plans that help review national nuclear security regimes and identify areas where they need to be strengthened. We further support adherence to and implementation of international legal instruments in the area of nuclear security through peer review missions, such as International Physical Protection Advisory Service, IPAS, and International Nuclear Security Advisory Service, INSERV, missions, conducted by international IAEA-led teams of experts. Again, such legal and technical support is available upon request, and we are here to help. To conclude, we continue to see how nuclear science and technology contribute to peace, health, and prosperity throughout the world. Accelerating and enlarging this contribution is an objective of the IAEA, as set out in the IAEA's statute. And we want to ensure that all states can benefit from the peaceful uses of nuclear technology, safely and securely. The foundation of all of this is a solid and robust legal framework. Universal adherence to and full implementation of the CPPNM and its amendment, as well as the International Convention for the Suppression of Acts of Nuclear Terrorism, ICSANT, will help enhance national, regional, and international security by providing a strengthened framework for preventing and combating nuclear terrorism and other criminal acts. So let's work together to make this a reality. I thank you very much for your attention.